Maddox joins us right now on the Comcast Business Hotline. What's going on, Avonte?
What's going on?
First and foremost, how are you feeling? You told us last week maybe a week or two with the injury. Where are you at now?
I'm feeling a lot better. Taking it day by day. So we'll see, definitely. I should be out there real soon.
Oh, real soon. Are you optimistic? Maybe Sunday?
I'm not sure yet, but I'll know once I go back in and attack this week.
All right. Okay, all right. Too distant future here, Avonte.
Yeah.
So, congrats. You're watching your team get their first victory. I know it always sucks for athletes to have to watch their team, especially when they're winning, and even when they're losing, you feel like you could do something. What were your emotions like from start to finish the Sunday night's game?
I was excited, and just being able to watch some guys play and get the win. That was our first one, and it's time to pick it up now. So all we needed to just do is get our first one, and we happy about it and excited. I can't wait to see what they look like when we get back in the building.
Okay. All right. Now, the other thing is the defense had trouble getting takeaways. There's 3 takeaways by the defense in this one. Your man, Cravon LeBlanc, came up there and made a big play, put his helmet on a football, forced a turnover. You had Rodney McLeod getting an interception. You had Alex Singleton getting involved. Finally, getting those takeaways, what do you think the key was there?
That was our, we was pressed to, we needed turnovers, and going into this week, we said we was going to get some turnovers. We needed to get the ball back to our offense. And, they had 2 interceptions and 1 forced fumble. It was exciting. We got to keep it up. Each game we want to get 3. Every day at practice we tell ourselves we got to run. If we don't get 3, 3 turnovers. So
great win. But the last 2 minutes of the game, minute 46 to go, 49ers get the ball, and the defense seems to go into what laymen call prevent defense. What you've been on the field before when this happens. You're holding a lead and you're trying, for lack of a better word, to prevent. What exactly does Jim Schwartz say? What exactly is the mindset of the defense in that situation the other night?
A field goal can't beat us. They got to get in the end zone. So, you just got to make sure you keep the guys from getting. They didn't have any more timeouts, so you got to make sure you keep the guys in front of you and off the sideline. So they just preventing them from, getting into the end zone once they get past a certain mark. But they're just going to nitpick in the middle of the field, and you just need your hook jobbers and things like that, or the guys that's in the middle to, come up and make the tackle. And then, just take as much time as you can getting up. Running.
When Jim Schwartz calls that or says this is what we're going to do, everything that you just described, do you like playing that kind of a defense, Avonte?
I play whatever he calls. He's definitely the brain of the defense, and we just whatever he calls, we need to execute. If we keep them guys from getting out of bounds, and keep them from doing little short check downs in the middle of the field without getting in the yards. The time is moving. So they have to move fast, and that's what he wants to call it. That's what we definitely play.
Avonte, I don't know if you're aware of this about us as Philadelphia media members or fans. Sometimes we have a bit of a fatalist attitude. It can happen. So we're watching that. 12 seconds left on the clock. 12 seconds. Yeah. Beathard drops back. Excuse me, 7 seconds. Beathard drops back. Fires one to the end zone, ball's floating in the air forever, and we're all just hoping that either an Eagle comes down with it or an Eagle bats it away. It's dropped. We see that ball hit the ground. When that ball's in the air, take me through it first as Avonte Maddox, the player, if you were there in that situation, and then take me through Avonte, the guy sitting at home watching the game.
All right, if I'm there in the situation, depending on what we called on defense and what my responsibility is, we definitely really have to execute there. We practice those plays every day, definitely on a certain day. So it's not like it's something brand new to us. But, if the ball is in the air, you got to knock it down. That's our objective. If you can pick it. But if you can't, you got to knock it down. Don't be tipping it all over the place and it can fall in someone's hands. But, Slay did definitely a good job in getting that ball out. As always, Slay always doing a great job out there on the field. And, you don't expect nothing less from that guy. He's definitely a great player. But me at home, it's kind of different. I'm on you guys' side. He's throwing the ball in the air, and it's kind of crazy because, when he throw it, you don't really see who's at the end where he's throwing it. You just see the ball in the air. So you just wait to see what's going to happen at the end. then it gets closer to the end, and then you like, oh man, there's so many bodies down there, and then you just seen Slay hop up and hit it, and that was an exciting moment for us. To get our first win. That's going to get us rolling now.
When they are moving the football down the field, because they got it with 1:46 left, and then they get themselves in a situation, for lack of a better term, a Hail Mary. When they are moving the football like that, and Bob just asked you about that prevent defense or whatever, are you thinking, you know what, they're just playing right to our scheme, they're going to get plays off quick, they're an offense, that's what they do, but when it comes down to it, we're going to make that stop?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. When they have no timeouts and you playing that prevent defense, I mean, they're not going to throw it. They're not going to get that many yards, like a big chunk of yards to get them down there in the red zone. But, they grab 5 yards, 5, whatever they can grab, because it's so prevented and they just throwing it right in the middle of the field. And that's kind of what offenses do. They just try to get it down as close as they can. So you just got to have great tacklers in the middle of the field, to run up and rally and make some tackles.
You mentioned Darius Slay. I mean, he seems to be a guy that is as good as advertised. He was billed as one of the best corners in the game. Eagles gave up a nice price for him, re-signed him here in Philadelphia. Has he exceeded your expectations as an Eagle so far?
Oh, definitely. Slay has been playing great for these past 4 games, and, I didn't expect nothing less from the man. He always told me how sure he shows, actually, not even tell, just shows out on the practice field, He always going 100. When the practice is over, he's the last one leaving the practice field. He's either working on something or showing me something. So showing all the guys something. So he's definitely a great player, great leader. Great person. He's definitely funny too. So
he's funny.
Yeah.
What's he got? What's he got in the joke bank? What's going on there?
I don't know. Like, he just always got some jokes to say. So I got once I hear him with another one, I try to remember it.
Okay, all right.
Avonte, when you're off on the sidelines and you're not playing, can you get something out of the game? Do you get something out of the game watching it that you can take back onto the field when you're healthy?
Definitely. I'm just, but most of the time, I'm not. When I'm watching it on the side, I'm just, trying to see what defenses we are in, and it's kind of like watching film. I try to go over it as if I'm watching film, like, oh, what would I do here if we in this defense, or what would I do here if I was in this defense, as I watch the game. But so that's what I kind of mostly do when I'm watching it. Definitely take notes on what I could do better, or what I could have did on that play. So that's how I look at it.
Avonte, one of the things that we're really we're in all of is the way the seasons end. And I don't want to fast forward to that quite yet, but it just seems like this team plays its best when you feel like your backs are against the wall. Why is that with this team?
I mean, like, we always facing adversity over here. I feel like, it's something that always trying to hold us back, or, with injuries or whatever, or, most of the times it's injuries. But, we always fighting, from all sides of the ball, all 3 sides of the ball, special teams, offense and defense. Offense played super well. Defense played super well, get some stops, and, and special teams did. So, when our back's against the wall, we're going to keep fighting. That's what I love about this team. The players, the coaches, no one never gives up. And we feel that when we walk in the locker room.
All right, Avonte, I got one more thing for you, and we're going to have your teammate Alex Singleton on later this show, 9:30, and he reminds me a little bit of Avonte Maddox, getting out there, making the most of his opportunity. Next thing you know, he's a starter. Can you give us anything on Alex Singleton that we can ask him about, something fun?
No, something fun. I don't know. Give me your best shot.
Okay.
I just know Alex is a baller. Ever since he got here, came in, made some good plays, good tackles for losses, and then he made that clutch interception for the pick six, first pick six for our defense this year. So, we'll see how that goes. We got to bet against the linebackers. We got to get some more pick sixes in the TV room now.
That's a good one. What'd you think of his flex, man? He flexed for the camera there. You see them guns?
He did slip a little bit, but I like it.
Maybe you guys can make this happen if you're not already. I think it's Dan Roche, Booney of NBC Sports Philly, who also produces our afternoon show here for the TV broadcast. I believe he's calling him Philly Jesus. So maybe we start with Philly Jesus for Alex Singleton.
Philly Jesus.
Hey, Avonte, a speedy recovery. We hope we see you Sunday. Thanks for coming on with us, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Avonte Maddox joining
Thanks,
us
Avonte.
right here on the Comcast Business Hotline.
Mark Farzetta with Bob Cooney and Jamie Lynch. Mornings on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.